here we are, the GTA 6 footage just revealed on Netflix, and it is officially broken the internet. I am playing the footage right now as I'm talking. It's not the greatest quality because this is ripped over from Twitter, but this is the official footage that was on Netflix. And as someone that's not a huge GTA person, but have been
Upside down.
GTA 6,
Upside down.
Do we play?
I mean, it looks absolutely fantastic. Now, again, don't judge it based on what you're seeing right now because the quality is dialed back a lot. But if you're just looking
My God.
from the NPC builds, from the
I have seen it, guys.
Ain't no mountain high enough.
GTA 6.
Play one and see
Holy
it, please.
shit, bro.
My gosh. I have seen
Yeah,
this,
so this
guys.
basically, in my opinion, kind of shut up all of the negativity surrounding this
GTA
game.
6. Holy shit.
Holy shit.
Talk to me, please. Football.
Oh, yeah. What's going on, Sam?
This game can be a perfect 10 out of 10, and there's still going to be people out there that are going to cry about it because welcome to the internet. But I think that
Oh yeah, what's going on, Sam?
and there's even more information. I will switch over to these clips right here. I'll just read
50
all you
ways to
can
leave your
watch
lover.
this animation.
50 ways to leave your lover.
Count says GTA 6 is 80 hours long. If you focus solely on the main story and some of the side goals, according to Rockstar, they just confirmed this. So it's a 80-hour story if you just focus on the main story. That means you're going to be able to sink hundreds of hours into this. Another
Slip
piece of
sliding
information
away.
that just dropped.
Dumping.
GTA 6 has over 600,000 NPC animations.
Do a Sid the Science Kid game on the PS5 Hellas.
600,000 NPC.
Holy crap.
I got Papa John's pizza today.
GTA 5 had 55,000. Red Dead Redemption 2 had 300,000. GTA 6 is going to have over 6.
I didn't get to go to Whole Foods today.
NPC animations.
Why not?
That is crazy. This game is going to be massive as hell. And yeah, man.
I
Just
got
watching
Papa
some of
John's
this, man, I kind of
pizza.
want to skip forward, but a little bit because there's the action scenes that
Why
look so
not?
good. There's a chase scene right here that looks so good. And again, don't judge it on the quality of what we're
Do
watching
gaming
now.
with Mark, please.
But right here, I mean, this stuff was just great. And again, this is not doing what we saw in Justice on Netflix, but you will have a higher quality upload of this a little bit later tonight. And this game looks so much fun. And again, as a
Show
Florida
me
man
your
myself,
recollection,
I
please.
appreciate the Florida man vibes going on with this game.
I don't have any
Come
Wii
into your house,
stuff.
please.
And I don't think there was a lot of people saying it, but there's always
Do a
these
birthday special
runs
for
on the
Lee,
internet that
please.
don't pay attention to anything, and people were saying like, "Oh, this game's gonna flop," or whatever. I don't know what's wrong with people. I really don't. There is zero chance
I don't
that
have any
this
Wii
game
stuff.
does nothing but break every single soundtrack known to game in some way.
Do a 2015 Canada Day special, please.
This is your 2015 Canada Day special.
If it makes $1 billion on day one or not, it's still going to be the biggest video game release. Let's see how mechanics over. We'll see if there's any bugs involved in it. Personally, I don't think Rockstar is going to release a broken game like Cyberpunk 2077 was. I don't really anticipate that with the amount of attention on this amount of always going to be people out there that are going to be skeptical because whatever. But with all the Cyber League stuff, with all the controversy, all of that, I think this footage completely shut all of that up. I really do. I think that it shuts all of those problems. So that doesn't mean Cyber League doesn't have more things that he can come up with, and whatever it is, Cyber League and all types of stuff. It's actually people playing this game, experiencing this game, and when it drops, there's going to be viral videos all over the place. Yeah, I loved it. I thought this was awesome. I am completely sold. I think this looks like a massive grand slam, and I thought the footage might be a little overwhelming. I was anticipating, I was like,
Holding.
I don't think this was overwhelming at all. I think this was most. Now, it does go into the theory that who is Cyber League for these people. You know, there's a lot of people that were theorizing that Cyber League might be working for Rockstar and help elevate the discussion around GTA 6. Not that they really needed help. We're GTA 6 is already over. Absolutely nothing. GTA 6. And I would have anticipated there's no.
Listen, I'm on this date right now with this amazing trans woman I met on the TV.
So, the big Netflix reveal of the Grand Theft Auto 6.
Holding.
Big presentation. What they are saying is the gameplay of the game captured on a PlayStation 5. I'm assuming it is a base PlayStation 5, as they did not specify that it was a PS5 Pro. Obviously a Netflix exclusive. I don't have Netflix, but tons of people were streaming it on YouTube. That is where I watched it, and I screen recorded the stream that I was watching. Not the best quality in the world. I'm trying to find some better quality footage. But holy crap, this was insane. Like, I'm literally almost speechless as far as what I think about this. You know, that next generation leap that we've kind of been waiting for with the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X. This feels and looks like a next gen game to me. So we're going to talk all about what is in the trailer itself, what I think about it, what I thought about it, and just kind of go over everything. So first time on the channel, hit that subscribe button. I would sincerely appreciate it. So it starts out, we have Jason and Lucia. They're going to pick up some product. And if you don't know what I mean by picking up some product, you are probably too young to be playing Grand Theft Auto 6. I'm just saying, you know, that's kind of the fact of the matter. One thing you immediately notice is the need for riding because Jason and Lucia have to speak with some people in order to figure out where they need to go into this building, and like just the diversity in the body sizes and the clothing and stuff like that. Like, I've been playing Grand Theft Auto since Grand Theft Auto 3, and obviously as technology goes along, you get better visuals, you get better graphics, but it feels like every single person is like unique in what they show within this game, which is just absolutely crazy. You go inside, there's a dog that runs up to you, you can pet it, you can scold it, so that'll probably be something that's interesting as you are playing the game, and just looking around at the different character models.
Hello.
Sequences, you can see things like individual haircuts, tattoos, like the level of detail is just absolutely insane, and it's not just specific character models. It seems like every character within the game, whether it's someone that has dialogue or just a random person on
You switch sports? Switch sports resort, please.
This isn't a lethal video game. It is something kind of outside of the realm. Now, of course, because you're picking up product, things have to go bad. Cops bust in, you get a shootout going on here, and then you can really start to see a higher level of detail. One of the guys, like, pushes a cop through a wall. I don't know if that's a scripted event or if that's something that can happen with other
and stuff like that, but you do get a sense of the gunplay mechanics, and they look pretty good, honestly. I did like what I saw from this. You do see some elements of like the
Barely a first down.
the targeting system, like some shots are non-lethal, some shots will be lethal. That's shown a little bit later on in the trailer itself. But I think it looks really good, and kind of the interactivity of the environment when you're, you know, blasting through these individuals that are trying to stop you. Like, it just seems so crazy. Then we get like a tone shift here with a more standard look of like gameplay than the city, which is based on, of course, Miami or Florida, and the environments. And of course, it's Jason and Lucia, white dude, Latina chick. You know, the white dude is you know, the Latina chick's got him wrapped around his finger. I can relate to that. I can respect that. I can sympathize with that. Just something about Latino women, man. I don't know what it is, but there's so much detail. They start out in an apartment that you are in with Lucia. You go to the fridge and like you open the fridge and like there's multiple different drinks that you can grab. It has a label on it. You sit down, you watch some TV and stuff. Just the immersion aspect is just second to none. I feel like I said, there's not many games that are like doing things like this with the immersiveness of the world, and it really feels like this is a living, breathing city that things are happening like on the phone. They show off some of the driving mechanics in the game as well. And the first thing I notice is just how dense everything is. There are a ton of cars out there. There's traffic out there. So it's not a situation in like previous Grand Theft Auto games where you get these long stretches of just like nothingness. Like, no, it is very dense. Even the
Let's go.
themselves seem much tighter than in previous Grand Theft Auto games, meaning that you're going to need to be a more precise driver if you want to keep your car, like, going on and stuff. They show some, like, fire effects going on, a crackhead woman trying to, like, break into a car. They showed, like, a wrestling ring. Like, is there a pro wrestling mini game? If so, what are the movesets? What are the controls based on? Like, they're throwing so much at you in just so little time. And the crazy thing is, we're just like scratching the iceberg with this. This honestly makes me want to go to Miami, because it seems like Miami is just a really fun place that I would get in a lot of trouble in, and then you would hear something, and then, you know, my mom would have to go pay my bail or something like that. But she lives in Florida, so it's not, she has to live in Miami, but it's not too far.
Damn it.
I go to Miami.
You want to get your upper body unrecognizable by mid-September? On Monday, we start the Calisthenics Challenge.
Video here on the channel, and today we are going to be discussing the GTA 6 extended look. It finally took place today in the partnership between Rockstar Games and the folks over at Netflix. We have been waiting on this moment for 13 years now if you're a GTA fan, so obviously there was a ton of excitement generated around this event. Now obviously with all the controversy about it being paywalled behind Netflix, of course all of the leaks and everything else that we've been covering here on the channel that has been going on around this game, it has been very controversial, but we are finally here. We have finally seen everything that this extended look has to offer, and so with that, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys some clips from the extended reveal, and I'm also going to kind of just talk about what we saw.
Spear.
Opinion on what I think until this point. Now, thankfully, even though the extended look doesn't technically hit YouTube until later tonight, like 6 hours after the event, Rockstar Games is allowing people to re-upload footage and clips and whatnot from the event as long as they're being transformed with the content. So this is the first GTA 6 video I've made where I'm
Damn it.
the actual looks of the game, the actual content that we have seen. So I was pretty excited to see all this, I'm sure as you were as well. And so this little extended look was only about a half hour or so long. I kind of thought it was going to be a longer event. You would think with the fact that this was like a big paid promotional event that this place clearly spent money on to get. I figured this was going to be like a fucking 2-hour long event, and like I thought this was really going to be like some Super Bowl of video games or something. But the event session was a little bit shorter than I anticipated it being, but in that about half hour or so that we got of visual content, we did get to see a lot about the game. We got our eyes open. Keep in mind, you know, if you've seen some of the leaked footage and whatnot of the game so far, maybe it takes a little bit of the edge of how impressive this whole reveal actually was away from it, but ultimately, I was pretty impressed by it. Once again, I do want to...
What the fuck?
Which this wasn't this exclusive thing, man, because I'm sorry, I'm just not paying for it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going back to that. I stopped buying this shit a long time ago. So we ended up getting our clicks no matter what, folks. So I did get to see the whole thing. And before we get too far into talking about this, I do want to go ahead and point out as well that Rockstar confirmed that this all was recorded in-game on a base PlayStation 5, which honestly I thought was pretty impressive because I actually own a base PlayStation 5 and I personally was kind of worried how the performance was actually going to be on the older hardware. I figured that it would be completely optimized for the newer versions of the console, and I was not about to go pay however much, like $700 or whatever, for a brand new console to play one game. I barely play my PS5 as is. So that was something that to me really stood out, and I really enjoyed hearing that because it made the entire event actually make more sense contextually for me. The game actually should at least look like on my hardware. So if you're like me and you have a base PS5, a base Xbox, whatever, you can rest at least been assured of knowing that this is not being recorded on like the apparently top-of-the-line hardware.
Let's go, come on.
The first thing that pops out about this entire thing, it's the same thing that popped out with the whole leaked footage and whatnot, right? Everybody wanted to see just how good GTA 6 looked, and I gotta say, it looks pretty damn good, man. For a video game, it looks pretty goddamn polished. Now, the game comes out in a couple of months, so we're finally at that point where it's kind of now or never with builds. They kind of have to have it looking good and everything, but
most important decisions.
builds, they kind of have to have it looking good and everything, but it really did look pretty damn good. Now, I know a lot of people have these, like, you know, out-of-this-world expectations for this game. Some people were expecting this shit to look like, you know, real life or whatever. Like, if you're looking at the game and you look down at your hand, you can't tell any difference or something. Now, is it that visually impressive that it's just like a fucking one-to-one of real life? No, obviously not. It's clearly a video game, man. I mean, I really think there is a limit in terms of how good you can make a video game look, but if there is a limit to how good a video game can look, I honestly think GTA 6 is approaching that barrier. All the way back in 2018 when Red Dead Redemption 2 came out and Rockstar released that, I remember the first time playing that and just being mind-blown at how the game looked, like how great it looked in comparison not only to previous Rockstar,
Touchdown!
just like how great it looked in terms of any media that I've really seen before. And honestly, I got some strokes of that from GTA 6 as well. It just is like a very damn good looking game. The NPCs look very realistic. The animations, I think, are honestly very much improved from GTA 5. Like the way that people move, the way that people walk. You can kind of tell, like in GTA 5, most of the NPCs and whatnot kind of walk the same. They had similar animations. They had like the same voice lines and shit like that in some areas. So like those little minor details that can kind of break your immersion every once in a while would pop up. In GTA 6, they really seem to focus on those little details. And so, you know, people walk just a tad bit differently than other NPCs. Their voice lines will be different than other people you interact with. The way that background details like trees and, you know, trash or vehicles or weather or whatever in the game kind of interact with things is also very impressive. With the volumetric clouds and all this other stuff, you know, the lighting is all really good, right? Like, especially I remember that airplane clip that we all saw when it leaked, and like, you know, you're flying over the top of Vice City, looking down at all these buildings. They really did a phenomenal job at the open world, like the actual lived-in world elements of this game. Flying over previous Grand Theft Auto cities and like seeing the cityscape and seeing how people lived in it, you can tell all the technical limitations of the time. With GTA 6, the world is much more lived in, man. I mean, the beaches are much more dense, the sidewalks are more dense with people. There's just a lot more going on in this game, really. Like, it's actually pretty impressive just how much it seems there's going to be to do. Obviously, online probably is not going to be released a bunch, which means that for anyone who has GTA 6, initially you're going to basically be having to explore the open world and everything through the story mode. And I think that with a lot of these, tweaks and whatnot that they've been in GTA 6, it might really pull people in more compared to GTA 5. Just because, I know a lot of people, they didn't play the GTA 5 story just because of online and whatnot, but I think with, the little additions to detail and with the world feeling so much more, I would say, immersive in this game so far, I think that's going to pull a lot more people that want to play the story mode just because, you're not only getting the storyline, but there's, this
Fuck!
essentially that appears to be ready for people right there. Now, the shots that we got around the map, man, I mean, Vice City and Leonida, which is the state game, it looks pretty damn good. All these other little locations around the map are going to be fun to explore. Hopefully more fun than GTA 5, as much as I like GTA 5. That's the one thing about, especially the top of the map. It feels like outside of Los Santos, the map is just not cool. There's a couple POIs or whatever, you got Sandy Shores, you've got Grapeseed, you've got Fort Zancudo, you got Mount Chiliad, Toledo Bay, but outside of that, there's really not much, drawing you to go to these, outskirt locations. Now, but here in GTA 6, it's pretty apparent, man. This whole map is just chock full of shit to do. You want to hang out and party in the clubs and whatnot in Vice City and see what people are getting up to in the city, you can do that for days on end. Everglades in this game and just fuck around in the swamps and see what nature has to offer out there, right? They tried to kind of do that in GTA 5, the photographing the wildlife and stuff like that, but it just did not hit the same as it looks like it's going to in this game. There's just so much more there to interact with in this outside area in the world. So many more little details and stuff there in the mix for everybody. It's definitely going to be pretty interesting to see where some of these
areas
actually lead you in the story. Now, in terms of the actual GTA 6 gameplay that we saw, the weapon wheel or combat or anything that we may have seen actually transpiring in this extended look, it is pretty interesting to me that a lot of people, when they saw the leaks, seemed pretty... with some of this stuff, but I honestly think it looks pretty cool. I'm definitely interested to see how some of the gameplay mechanic tweaks are gonna play, right? In the leaked footage, it looked like you could, fill your cars up and whatnot at gas stations, and I saw a lot of people oh, that's gonna be tedious. It's gonna be tedious if they limit your weapon selection so you can't carry literally every gun that you have on you at once. And in this element, it's they kind of went more down the Red Dead 2 route, you know what I mean? A lot of elements of this game, I feel like they were really inspired by their development time on Red Dead Redemption 2. Now, not to diminish that game, but it really feels like all of the technical changes and things that they did in Red Dead 2 almost served as a springboard going forward for GTA 6, where they can kind of pick and choose those elements from that game to also carry over into the open world and RPG elements of this game. Now, I am honestly happy to see some more of these RPG elements of the story mode actually return. That was one of my favorite things about San Andreas as a GTA game was, for instance, in this game, Jason and Lucia, if you eat a whole bunch, you can actually change their weight. You can make them fat, skinny.
Alright, going to halftime.
Basically, what you're doing in the game, it follows your play style, which is something that it did in San Andreas, like I said. And I loved that part of San Andreas, but they never really nailed it ever again after that, up until this game, where now, like I said, these subtle changes and these subtle things that you do in your gameplay and in your playthrough are going to reflect in your character, which really builds more of that open world RPG element. You can kind of make these characters more lived in. These protagonists are actually more you, and they represent your style of gameplay a lot better, which I think I appreciate GTA just because, like I said, back in San Andreas, that was one of my favorite elements of the game. Was just like if you took CJ to the gym 3 days in a row, you could make him really, really buff. Or like if you went into Cluck and Bell and ate until you threw up every day, your character would get super duper fat and he would just look hilarious, right? So they've really done a lot to kind of, I think, make GTA's story go less from like an action movie dialogue kind of thing where you're just going from mission to mission to more of a, okay, this is really the life experience of Jason and Lucia. I'm playing in on it. How can I actually have an impact on it, right? So the cars, that's always a huge thing with Grand Theft Auto. Now, obviously, a lot of classic cars from the GTA series are back in this game. Now, I think the cars look pretty damn good, and they look like they handle pretty well. I said this in a prior video covering kind of like the leaks and whatnot, and I said that the driving mechanics look kind of like they blended GTA 4 and GTA 5. The handling of the vehicles appears to be a little bit more inspired by GTA 4, while the like hammer movement, the speed, some of the reactions and the physics seem to be more titled towards like GTA 5. Now, these are, in my opinion, my two favorite driving mechanics in all of GTA. GTA 4, a lot of people were really standoffish about it, but the way that they blended it, it looks like for this game looks pretty good. Obviously, I haven't gotten a chance to actually look at the vehicles myself yet, but just from what I can see, it looks pretty satisfying. That is actually a pretty major part of GTA games with all the driving around you do. If the driving mechanics
Touchdown.
cars are always really good. It looks like, at least from what I can tell, they did pretty damn good at actually fitting this all through the way that they would for a GTA game. I will say another thing I really liked about this game so far, at least from what we can see, is the way that the HUD is designed. I think it looks a lot like Grand Theft Auto 4. It also obviously has some of the Vice City tones because of the setting, but sometimes I felt like the GTA 5 UI got really old really quick, and I kind of like the more simplistic look of the HUD and everything in this game. Now, we got a pretty good look at like the single player and everything in this, but obviously there wasn't anything really showing off the multiplayer. I don't know if people were expecting for there to be anything about the multiplayer, but I kind of went into this anticipating it only being like single player footage and whatnot, but man, it looked pretty goddamn good. Everything, I mean, I think the gunfights look pretty good. They look upgraded. Once again, it looks kind of like they blended Grand Theft Auto 4, 5, and Red Dead 2. I like the new action cutscenes when you get certain types of kills like headshots and whatnot. Overall, I was pretty impressed with the entire presentation. I was also kind of glad that it didn't spend a bunch of time like yapping or whatever. I kind of thought that maybe there was going to be this big like Logan opening speech or something, but thankfully none of that really happened. It was pretty much just 26 minutes of straight gameplay, and I was pretty pleased with what I saw. I mean, I got to see the whole thing for free essentially, so I didn't feel like I got robbed or whatever. But anyway, that is my official take so far of the extended look at GTA 6. I don't know if you guys have ever
You were talking about the GTA 6, 26 minutes of gameplay just released over on Netflix now. I'll get into a deep dive on this, but talk about it.
Oh, that should have been intercepted.
Just say
It was right in his fucking hands.
It's insane. The biggest game, most innovation, most graphics, the most broad scope, most missions. I really didn't expect what we were going to see. I thought it was going to be like the developer discussion and like a pre-link and stuff like that. I was not expected to be 26 minutes from all the way through it. Literally just start to finish missions, cutscenes, and story, and just so much. So I want to just react to it today and talk to you guys because, wow, I mean, we thought that GTA 6 would be good.
He stopped him.
Wait for this game 13 years. I didn't expect it to be this good. Let's get into it. I hope you're having a great day. My name is Trent Cascott. Please like this video and subscribe if you haven't already. Now, let's just start with the fact that right now, a lot of people are still freaking out, but I do like to really say that the video I'm going to show you is of the very quality. Netflix actually went down multiple times during this whole section of the website for the first time ever, continued to crash. There were also some resolution issues. Also, I'm not sure if I'm even allowed to show you gameplay this game because they're saying apparently you're allowed to show it. You just can't use the audio. But even stuff like that's right. Netflix is the first YouTuber who uploads a GTA 6 reaction. Okay, so let me talk about how pretty the graphics are reported against. GTA 6 graphics look insane, especially on the base PS5, because apparently this was all a base PS5 experience. Every bit of this. There are so many cutscenes in this that just look crazy because I guess they're not even really cutscenes. They are the game itself. It really is just this amount of jaw-dropping scope. This dude here, there were multiple missions that clearly were working for different games. Both a big servant and or maybe like a mid-tier boss, doing completions, defending people in shootouts, going to VIP parties, and here, we just gotta do it, right? We just gotta do it. It started off with this crazy look at a drug deal gone wrong, where this dude, you're supposed to deliver this guy, and it turns out the person who sent you, it was a trick. You were sent here to try and get the drugs from this guy or get the money, and the guy's like, brother, we've got nothing, and all of a sudden it turns out it was a giant bust. The cops come in and start shooting the whole place up. Look how dynamic every animation is. Pick up this bag, walking, everybody shooting every bit of it, right? The fact that you're
Touchdown!
Here, let's skip ahead a bit, right? Here's where he starts watching TV. I'm going to show you some gameplay that isn't so dark. Obviously, when they were inside, it did look so fantastic. Here is Lucia and Jason, our two main characters. Now, they dynamic about what they are. Obviously, they're dating. Obviously, they're romantic. But there were some leaks and stuff that apparently Lucia's fresh out of prison, or that maybe she even recently lost her kid. She's trying to make it abundant.
And a 2-point play.
I'm so blown away by just the level of every single part of this world. Doing stuff, random vloggers being cringe, street fights. Look at this, man. Going in and getting peanuts, you can actually see there's an eat button and a drop button. It shows them walking into stores, people are reacting dynamically. Look at the fluidity of fighting. Apparently, according to their dialogue, who knows if this is fully legit, but it sounds like Lucia is the hand-to-hand combat specialist. She's the one who's good at better unarmed combat combos and stuff, whereas, oh my god, Jason is more of the heavy machinery explosives type. Backyard wrestling, dude. Look at just the amount of stuff happening. Now, again, I'm sorry this is run at 720p. This was just Netflix. I screen recorded all of it. And, okay, so this dude, you know that show Barry? Obviously the best show of all time about a hitman who tries to become an actor. This is Barry's handler. I forget the name of this guy, but it's new from Office Space. He is incredible at this. He's basically being like, we gotta do this job tonight. I can't keep holding him up. I think that it's cool that all the missions, typically whenever you start a mission in GTA, it's just a cutscene. You know, it's here.
Oh, yo, Eli, what's up, man?
They're now dynamic. They're the whole world. There's signs flying around.
Saw GTA 6 gameplay. Holy fucking crap, bro.
I can't get over the fact that we believe that 2011
It looks really good.
is this system from it's trying to basically crank up the tension, rob people, get stuff. This is a whole system about robberies gone wrong. It's basically a separate system on top of one.
I was down 21-9, but I've scored 18 straight points.
I'm gonna get it when it comes to
Just how good this
PC.
world looks here, actually.
Yeah, I understand that.
Oh yeah, we shoot this for a second. Again, I know it's running 620, but I just wanted to break down about it because
But yeah, I was down 21-9, now I'm up 27-21.
it's really easy. Just the amount of stuff that's constantly happening all
The game looks crazy. They said 80 hours for just the main story.
Bodyguards for this BRB party, and it gets ambushed by these dudes.
The story
Now,
mode is 80
upstairs,
hours
on the
with
top
outside
floor in the
content.
penthouse is
Yep,
Jason. Jason
that's what I heard too.
Lucia's down on the ground floor and playing distraction. Both of them have lost their weapons. Now he starts speaking up.
We stopped them.
Now, here's where you really get a chance to see how good this game looks. But I'm going to show this thing here, right? This shows Lucia actually texting Jason, and then on the fly, he's able to switch to her. So it's really cool to show the fact that it is going to look like GTA 5, where you're playing all the characters at once, sort of, but it almost feels more dynamic than that. It feels like the game is much more about that interactivity, about choosing people that are in the same kill spot, in the same heist, doing live missions.
You want to get your upper body unrecognizable by mid-September? On Monday, we'll start a calisthenics challenge for beginners.
We're starting a heist, doing live missions. animations, apparently they have 52,000 animations, and it doesn't look at just all the little tiny gestures and movements and stuff. It's just absolutely times right, like running up, taking fire, each and every piece of stuff, rumbling. Here he starts killing multiple people at once.
Fuck.
How ridiculously good everything looks. Every single thing looks. Here when she stabs him and she dives with the heel, she goes, "Yeah, up there, try to wear them." That's such a great line. Lucia is so freaking and Jason is so fucking. I can see some people kind of complaining they don't love Jason. Some people are saying they've done that Jason sounds like he's talking with a mouthful of marbles.
Jason does sound like he's talking with a mouthful of marbles.
People do kind of have this strange way of talking sometimes. The Everglades accent, right? We kind of talk like this, but Jason has that accent a bit.
Speaking of levels to the shit,
The NFL has killed the Pro Bowl, by the way. There's no more Pro Bowl. Might do a short on that tomorrow.
practice or something, and people get the NFL to wear their hands off, back up, play special teams, and the NFL broadcast. Let's say change the rules of that entire thing. There's people running away. Not in years that, you know, that will be that.
Oh, Eli. Eli, you there? I got something crazy to tell you.
Kind of.
Intercepted!
Yep.
Intercepted! 32! Oh, he quit. So, I made that video about the quartering with this dog. Well, it got like 100 times worse because I had to record a follow-up video for tomorrow. So, the quartering called his vet live on air to prove his dog was sick. And do you know, the vet told him on the phone, hey, there's no medication in the dog, which means the quartering wasn't giving the dog his medication, which is why he was having the seizures.
After this stream.
Well, yeah, there's another video coming tomorrow where I'm going to explain more. So the vet says the dog wasn't getting his medication. And so the quartering ends his stream. He panic ends his stream. Then later, he comes out with this idea that Costco tried to kill his dog. And now he wants to sue Costco. But then a bunch of people on Twitter don't believe him. So they're tagging Costco, and they're telling Costco, look, this guy is making up lies about you. And so now Costco might sue him. And then there's an old clip of the quartering saying that, talking about how if you take an anti-seizure medication for a dog, you could get high. And people are speculating the quartering was stealing his own dog's medication. Then there was the clip about, he said that the vet bill is going to be $12,000, but there's a clip of him a year ago saying he had pet insurance. If he's got pet insurance, he won't have to pay the $12,000, so he's lying.
I wouldn't be surprised if he was.
So, like, it got 100 times worse than the video I put out today, legitimately. I couldn't believe it. I just couldn't believe it. But yeah, I mean, so I actually do the quartering video tomorrow as well. It just gets worse and worse, man. The more you look at it, it just gets worse and worse, bro. But yeah, that's all I'm going to say about the quartering for the rest of the stream. But holy shit, dude.
These are people that are changing the league. These are people that are making the league. These are the superstars of the NFL. Come together for one weekend and celebrate greatness. Yeah, Pro Bowl's been happening since the beginning of the league. You're Pro Bowl, who's that? It's all time. Okay, they're Pro Bowls. They used to go out to Hawaii. Shut down the entire island. Everybody goes out to Hawaii. We'll do a bunch of gimmicks. We'll do a bunch of games. Everybody will buy in. We'll actually play.
I think they really screwed it up, man. The Pro Bowl should have never been gotten rid of. It should just be a regular game between AFC and NFC.
They decided, I think it was my first year making a Pro Bowl. You're going to have Arizona. Congratulations. They didn't even run out the entire hotel. Okay, they didn't run out the entire hotel. It was like, I think they asked me to pour pavement out in the desert, like on Wednesday or something like that, Thursday. Like, there was multiple things that were being a part of the.
Come on, UConn.
I think what happened shortly after that was
we had a 12-point comeback last game.
How legendary it was, and we all see the big moments and all the superstars getting together and sharing game and everything like that. So I think there was both parties, both the players not wanting to really put effort in and get hurt, but also the NFL wasn't really investing in making the Pro Bowl that super duper event either. They've been trying to save it obviously for all these years because everything on the field had just like we're watching right there. And now
All right, we got some Deshaun Watson news. Let's get to that. The Cleveland Browns starting quarterback, Deshaun Watson, getting it completely roasted. UConn versus Army.
You still have fallout going on. Now we got two more NFL players saying they know for a fact why Deshaun Watson is starting, and it doesn't look like it's because
We bought an 18-pound biscuit yesterday.
And much like a lot of us thought,
Damn, that sounds yummy.
it's because this being made. You can guarantee one thing: if this decision was not made by Todd Monken, that's disastrous. That's Browns, Jets, bucket, shoot, nothing sense. But here we are, right? I mean, Deshaun Watson.
So they're saying Todd Monken didn't even make the decision, that it was the Browns owner who made the decision to make Watson the starter. If your coach can't pick who the starter is, you got a problem.
And one of the things that I brought up, other people have also brought it up, Chris Sims, I talked about, also brought it up. The fact that if he's bothered, if he's so mentally fragile, if he's so smart,
The Browns owner is senile then.
The Browns and the Jets, man, they're just so horrible.
For the instances of you doing a unauthorized rubbing tug, if the booing of your fingers becomes more and lived up to a $250 million fully guaranteed contract, if the college this much, how are we supposed to trash Texas at the same time then? And the NFL, with a tool, that makes quite sense on would have got his ass riding the pipe. Riding the pipe. Holy shit. Talks about this on his podcast. Listen to this. Wait a second. You gotta get secure. It's a transition from Watson to core. After 5 or 6 weeks, if it's not doing
Yeah, but why would you start? Why would you have that mentality going into a season? Oh, it's easier to go to Shador once we suck. No, you should just go to Shador now.
To me, just press conference. Didn't see a guy who
Damn, he caught it. Yeah, the fans can boo. They can boo the team if they want to boo the team. I could get booed in this chat right now. I could get criticized in this chat right now. That's what you, the audience, can choose to do.
I think that argument's on the table. Like I said, is that, there's been these legal problems. From the time you signed that contract, you can sit there and go, well, I do charity work. Who cares? It's here. The super dumb shit on the football field.
Damn it.
So, it's like, that's the kind of stuff. That's the kind of stuff that makes you say, oh yeah, we should be kids, right? And we really never take that position at this point when you're 30, really Stacked. Exact. Then we come over here to RG Logan. Sources tell me Deshaun Watson was not Robert's choice as a starter.
Todd Monken's a yes man then.
After Watson,
If I'm a head coach and I can't pick my quarterback, I'm walking.
This is all about his contract.
That's ridiculous.
Let's run. I bet you will stay with Cleveland. He has the things. He has the choice. That's the first thing. Getting to this. He was owner. His owner said, yeah, back up, making $47 million on the bench. There you go.
He dropped it.
The owner said, can't make it $47 million a year. The coaches are behind Shedder. The fans are behind Shedder.
What a sour taste for Cleveland to start their season with. He went for the fake. It didn't turn out so hot for
Are
him.
you fucking kidding me? Dude, it's a total scumbag. Y'all, I don't get it. Just because we vote on the same side of the aisle, I'm not in line with that thought process. I'm floored by that. I am just because you like Shitters. Look, said Shitter. Rolling. It's pretty much said all the right things to be able to try to get on the field. Does he still need polish on and off the field? But the way he talks, the way he carries himself, all of it, does he still need polish? Absolutely. But at the end of the day, do I think Shedeur Sanders is a scumbag? No, I don't. I don't. I think his father made some terrible decisions in the draft process for him. And where they thought he was going to be drafted, this, that, and the other. The fact that he didn't throw it at the combine, all this stuff hurt him. But he has been working his tail off ever since. I mean, he went from roster right last year to really should be the starter. He's worked himself up to at least the heavy conversation of it.
Yep.
Yeah, you can miss me with the Grover Cleveland is a great retention story. Nah, go pound pound sand and kick rocks over into Haiti or somewhere. We're good. I don't know.
Fuck.
What time do you arrive? 7 a.m. Keys to restaurant, run background checks on the staff. Can it be trusted? Non-negotiable. Dispose of the body, place it in the time, and donate it.
DSP had a massive crash out. Shit. Fuck! No!
Okay, fine. Let's get this out of the way. This will be a real quick one. This will be a nice one. You called a $5 super chat and it of Johnson's. And first week your defense. Okay. Allow me to explain something that I've explained to you a million times, and I'm going to explain it to you again because apparently people are very slow on the internet. Absolutely everything that happens is according to my plan. Absolutely everything is orchestrated by me for a reason. Okay? You really think that I would DM someone already had threatened to leave the DMs, not thinking that they would leave the DMs? Do you not think that everything that I do is actually thought out nicely and according to an actually orchestrated plan? I guess not. I guess people are really this dumb at this point. Because again, you just want to believe the meme that I'm a dummy. If I were a dummy, would I be right here doing what I'm doing, being successful, allowing this vortex to exist around me that I'm actually now starting to benefit from because people are so fucking stupid?
Wow, threw another pick, bro. What the fuck?
All working out well, dark side, no. That's all I need to worry about. Because you notice, I'm here making the content I want to make. I'm successful. I'm doing well for myself. So, gives a shit about
Medidos. Go up.
It's all according to plan. Okay? So there you go. Thanks for $5, Professor Ball. Appreciate that. And a dark manly dog did a 2-pound super chat is considered Sunshine for an early stream. No, we're not playing Sunshine anymore. We played it as early streams. And some of them did well, admittedly. Some of them did not. Okay? But there's no way that I can play a game like that as a daytime stream all the time. It's not a new release. There you go. The reading all did a $2 super chat to my used game. What is your end game? Delete DM. I don't know what was my end game. To directly messaging LTG after he had already leaked my previous DMs. Do you understand? I guess you don't. People just don't get it. So if you don't get it, then don't decide about it. If you don't understand that basically the last 2.5 years has been a plan for basically control everything around.
Gosh damn it.
And allow it to exist and benefit from it. Just look at what's happened in the last 2.5 years when I stopped just minding my own business and I started getting involved with other stuff. Take a look, just go back 2.5 years to the videos and watch today versus then.
away when I can afford, the attention I'm getting, the support I'm getting. How do you not understand? I mean, seriously, how do you not get it? And I understand that there's some people who are like, why is you dabble in drama? Because sometimes you have to. Sometimes you have to go outside of your comfort zone. You have to put your toe into the lake, right? But then you don't get sucked in. You don't get taken away by the rapid, right? You don't let the current pull you in, and then you're stuck in there forever. If you want to fuck with you, alright? Say, alright, fine. You can have it your way, you can fuck with me, but every once in a while, I'm gonna get some benefit from it. And that's exactly what has happened thanks to my after the last 2.5 years, and things have gotten exponentially better from year after year. Anyway, sir. So, here, right? Here's to much more. But you notice, I don't get pulled in, I don't get dragged in, I don't get controlled by it. I just get to do my own thing and have a great life. And all these fucking losers after me keep swirling in their toxic vortex of shit, living miserable ones. That's all that matters.
I'm happy. That's what Phil says. I'm happy. That's why I'm crashing out, because I'm happy.
All that matters.
Who you try to convince, Phil? Me or yourself?
Yeah. What are you talking about? You're just spamming the same message over and over. Makes no sense. No, I'm not fighting Andy in Tekken. There's no point. I don't play Tekken. And if I practice for 5 minutes, I would wipe the floor with him, and there's no challenge to it. I benefit nothing from it. Who cares? Is it the issue? No. People were practicing over being toxic of the stream and then not supporting at all, despite the fact I made it incredibly clear. Support the gameplay. So, fuck them. If you want to see me be tortured, tough shit. You want to support me, you don't get a new one because you're stingy bastards. You don't want to support my content.
Wow. Call your fans stingy bastards. You don't support the content. That's great. Well, good job to your audience, bud.
So, Professor Paul, thanks for $5 and thanks for proving that you're too ignorant to understand anything whatsoever.
That's great. Let's insult the super chatter.
But I
Yeah.
appreciate your money. Thanks for that. Really?
Sure, that guy will donate again.
Super Chess's thoughts on Blue Dragon. Dogo, I'll put it like this. Dogo asked this question, I'll answer it honestly, and then we'll end the morning show. He says, did you always intend to try sneaking people online, become more successful, or did you adjust when people tried to use you? Okay? Let me put it this way. For the longest time, I tried to stay true to just me being alone.
I caught it!
Leave me alone, let me do what I want. That wasn't good enough for me. People had to keep prodding, had to keep poking, had to keep messing with me, had to keep using me for personal gain, had to keep poking my name, prying into my personal life and business, basically getting into my shit because they would benefit. Yeah. I just wanted to see the truth video. It's literally here. But people had to keep messing with me. Okay? So then, at one point, I said, if you're all gonna mess with me, then I very much have the right to prop out, to put my toe into the lake of drama every once in a while.
Touchdown!
This shit, because you're such easy to manipulate losers. And I know that if I do it right, I'll benefit from it. And it worked. And it worked. And it worked. And it worked. So here we are, being successful, way better off than it was 2.5 years ago. Because I said, enough of being the person being abused and treated badly. If you're gonna mess with me, I can very easily fight back. And I
Damn it.
And I completely turned my life around. As a direct result of doing it wisely and smartly. And to this day, it continues because these people are so dumb and gullible and stupid. They take the bait. I'm singer every single time. There wasn't even a single instance that I've tried something and it didn't work. Every single time it's worked. So, I know that whenever I need to, alright, listen to this, someone's gonna bring me up. Oh, well, you asked for it. Now you're gonna so stupid. You're just that dumb. Keep invoking my name, and I keep benefiting. It's that fucking simple. Okay?
Halftime. Tommy C quits Locale Live. Say at these ads all the time. Freaking Mormon chicks saying, "I'll come meet with you." As a missionary. No, you won't. They got rules about female missionaries visiting single males.
What's the other one? That was really funny. Let's play this one. Today on Reapers, an overweight, out of touch old man goes, welcome to Welcome to Reapers, the show. And are disliked. This is a little comfortable show. Your host, I'm seeing. And then again, so does everybody else that does that around here as well. I think it's Heather. Which might keep happening. Which might go along. So, I've got a really fancy game like so, you got excited to watch how the shows are going to do this weekend. But no, it's remember the number one stupid this report card thing, it's not a competitive anything. I won't be a part of that. I'm actually looking forward to filming that. It's really anticipated competitive anything. Doesn't look like much fun. I mean, we're just going to at least be good at report cards. We're just going to get this. We're just trying to save money on idiots. I mean, that's what we're doing. That's exactly.
Oh no, they gave him the first down. I'm challenging that play. I'm challenging that.
It's not competitive even. I won't be a part of that. I'm actually looking forward to filming that. So I really not be participating in competitive gaming.
I lost the challenge.
I mean, just at least be good at report cards. We're just going to try to save money on you idiots. I mean, that's what we're doing. I guess I'm just delusional. I have no idea. I thought I was put on a show for my life. I don't know. Who's on the top of the leaderboard? Everything's fine. It is. You know why? Because these are real. This is a video game. And it's real. It's just real to you. And that's funny. That's funny to me. Like, you might not be entertained by the end of it. It's competitive gaming. The report card. It's what it's going to turn into. Put one in the chat if you're that's going to make you happy. And we can point to give you that answer right now, 5 minutes. Welcome to the chat. So it's a big deal. You guys hate me. Put it on the chat. YouTube channel.
Wow, he looks short. I don't know how that's a first down.
Report card is a bit too far for me. I think it's just kind of coming out to the bag at 20%. The report cards are pretty too far. The fact that it just assures that everything will be e-bagging. The goal of bringing out it, nobody will put it on the show. And it's his thing. He's doing this stuff. He's saying, "Oh, Keem, that's what it is." It's like $10 for one workout. I'm giving my 30 days today, but I will be walking over. So I make all you guys happy. All you cat litter. You like, wait a minute before you change your cat litter. So I won't be participating in this type of thing. Like this isn't me.
He's going for it.
Even if he just makes an exception for me, that's not enough because that still keeps him competitive. I'm not doing that. It's the FBA guy. I don't like this. I don't like that. And I'm going to be honest with you. The way to make money here is to either start a Discord.
We stopped him. He could have took points, but he didn't take points.
And big nights for whales is something I never did and never will do. I actually got to take my hat off to this. He did it by being a piece of shit YouTuber. I mean, shit, he's not the only one doing that, let's be fair. But most of the people here, that's why you had sucky shows. You have a lot of whales that are social. I'm not saying this to be mean. And guys like Rasoff and Nightmare do kind of rub up them. And I am never doing that for a couple reasons. I don't need the money that bad. And number two, that's pathetic. That's not it. So that is not it for me. I'm gonna, when King tells me, I know I'll fill in for the next 30
Let's
days.
go!
That is kind of what I need to do.
Wow, he caught me!
And,
How? I was in open field.
and the work hard, but just that bridge too far for me. No. That's classic. That's what somebody like. That's what all your fucking. Your social. I'm winning. I'm going out. I'm gonna do professional. I'm gonna say, Keith, I'll go over here with you. I'll leave this circle. Like, I think maybe when I boosted to that today. Is that what he did? Is that what Boosted did today? All this has become is permanent pearl clutching. It's boring to me. And I mean, like, the last year was so awesome. The back row with the cafe and all the drama we got into, getting even really the fridge.
Can you tell which end was a trap? Like it.
It's not for this thing.
If we come back and win, that's going to be 2 double-digit comebacks today if we do that.
You can't take that away. But I know what you mean. The mistake was taking me off. I think, yeah, well, here's the thing about now. No, it's not 100% Keith's mistake. But, yeah, I think, like, the concept of it, here's the thing, like, I like up there, instead of spending fun to make time money, someone's got to go in there and fish for whales. But it's steady. It's a nice little check. Had a nice Christmas. Had so much fun. I stayed there for Christmas. That was the best. I thought it was going to be like that. As soon as you go up the ladder, it's just chaos. And constantly people coming and going and switching around and swinging and that's his thing. But I have no issue with Keith. I can't stand him. Right? But this sucks. You know, I mean, when I saw the report cards, like, you know, this morning, I was 8, and I was just like, you're kidding me, right? And I guess it's supposed to be really competitive, so to speak, but it doesn't leave any room for any kind
4th inches.
It's just going to make ugly to super stuff.
We got the first.
I can't even guess not, well, I will, but not now. I'm not going to sit there and say I'm a blow like a lammy or shaved her head or whatever. I'm not sticking stuff on here too. But if that's all it is, I'm going to still in there. I apologize. So we talked about it before. I made my little announcement that I'm giving Lake 30 because, yeah, I'll make more of that. I can't take that. No, because
He quit. He quit.
It just feels like
We've done it, guys. 2 double-digit comebacks today.
But I just, it's a done thing because we have a competition.
3-2 on the season.
You know, everybody's spiking.
We're 50 and 68 on the full game.
That's all the money. Literally all the money. There's show entertainment, and I gotta be honest with you, I'm not terribly impressed with the fans. They can make room for leaderboards. You know, it's a lot of autism.
All right, we're bringing up UL Monroe is next.
I got the greatest comedian of all time. Number go down. Bad.
James the Dragon, welcome to Cash Cow. Thank you very much.
I don't know why.
What do you mean?
Come on. You know, because I'm not going to do that fucking thing what everybody does when they leave the server and fucking stand by like that idiot booster called, hey, what's up? The report card thing was a bridge too far for me because then it's going to be competitive e-begging and I'm not participating in that. Nothing, to me, that's just, yeah. I know there's some e-begging going on here. I knew we did goals. I was all for it. It was a part of it. I'm above you claiming in this particular part of it, but I came as a podcaster, and if there's a report card, and you know what? I apologize to the instigator. Sure. Yeah, because he was the first under excuse to kind of leave at the time. Like, the experts just kind of leave. I thought it was going to leave, everybody donation public, and she's like, I'm not going to donate my donations. Right? I was like, oh, that's kind of neat, right? And then this happened. I'm like, Kelly might be right. I don't know if everyone else would know I'm making this report.
UL Monroe. Warriors versus the Scarlet Knights.
It's like it's inviting lines on kind of thing, and he was like doing it while there, like dumping a bunch of call-outs on the show. He said that's what it came all about, man. It came out of money. Not doing podcasts. It's good. I never really get it, but I can take a hit for another show if I had a really good show. Let's say I had $500 or $600 here and there, then I can do a show and not eat as much the next day.
Okay, but here's my other point too. James the Dragon maybe with the second thing we're going through your everybody, we're starting to turn down your channels.
Yeah.
Well,
it's not a question of I want to be able to come and fucking do wild shit. You just come and you can't do anything. You can't pretend to do something because they even told me so. This sucks. Money and pregnant. That's not going to be anything. By the way, the most untalented guy is the most money.
I was going to the weekend.
The weekend? There we go. It doesn't take a lot of skill fishing for whales. That's not show skills.
It's 906 donated $90 cents. So with this time, I was it was fantastic so much. My top.
When they actually do the fight, the first time ever, so they can't fight with anybody, and she fucking takes herself too seriously.
Kyle Reaper receives a D, barely alive.
I think that all summer school is gone. Yeah, it was outlived. And that's pretty. I think it was a good. Most of it was just very light.
Damn it.
Well, a long time. There was one that was really funny on the front. It was the one on the front.
Yeah, I just want to put some clarification on there. Tommy C did basically give me 2 weeks notice, which was like the right way to do things, and I appreciate that. But me and him were talking to DMs, and I including you shouldn't be forced to just stay here. You know what I mean? Yeah. So we're just done.
He's done.
Yeah.
Shit,
That's
decent guy.
So he went over a report to the team.
I did not see it. I don't know exactly what he said yet. This is going off of hearsay. The report, Slater report at the end of the stream. Yes. I think that set him off or something, and he said he's done. I don't know. I think he was told.
You know what you just get a better score, you just want to quit because you can't do it?
Yeah, pretty much. Well, reservation, we just need to see it. Yeah, that's it. You know, I feel like when we say something wrong, it's going to be a big thing. You know? Tim, I think you can't even lie with this. You may as well put a bullet inside my head.
I don't know what the fuck to do. Without Keemstar, there's no show for you. Without Keemstar, there's no show for you.
Not 13. Not making for shit. It doesn't have the 13th floor, but for supernatural reasons, it just doesn't go that high. So the residents call it floor 3. Those are far too innocent. I was told it. The dead floor. Which I know isn't any less cliche.
I don't know what the fuck to do. Without Keemstar, there's no show for you. Oh shit!
You can tell from looking at the outside of the building, there's no room for a secret room in the building, and the stairwell passes right through it. The superintendent briefs all new residents on the third floor, and more people take him seriously than they think. Occurrences like that are all that regulars. Even for those who don't take him seriously at first, the issue is regularly brought up in tenant meetings, and there's a list of rules posted right beneath the control panel in the elevator, so that you always know what to do. Rule number 1. When the elevator stops at the third floor, do not push any buttons before turning off the lights at the end of the hall. Each button you press will only reduce the amount of time you have. Number 2. Calmly but briskly walk to the opposite end of the hall, leaving any personal effects in the elevator so as not to encumber them. Rule 3. Do not look directly out the windows or into any mirrors. 4. Don't look into the keyholes of apartment windows. Rule 5. Do not approach or enter any apartment with a door. Rule 6. Do not respond or react to any sounds or voices coming from inside the apartments. Rule 7. If you hear something moving, do not stop or turn around. Make your way to the opposite end of the meeting. Turning around only if the door is shut. You reach the end of the hall. Read the building and see accessible to yourself. Rule 9. Set the pendulum clock to hang on the wall at the appropriate time. Within 3.5 minutes of the time according to advice. Turn the dial on the thermostat to match the visual temperature as indicated by the gauge on the wall panel. Turn the dimmer switch until the hall lights are completely out. Rule 10. So long as there is nothing behind you, turn around and then turn the elevator. Do not turn around once you are in the elevator until the doors are closed. If the ritual is completed correctly, the doors will close automatically. If the doors do not close, also do not turn around. This is pretty obvious, obviously, but I don't actually know what happens if you mess with the ritual. None of my neighbors who have completed the ritual never failed, and it's not really that hard to mess up. The building dates back to the 80s, so it's possible it's been decades since anyone failed. I'm after my building has walked the red floor until they multiple times. I think it's really random. Forced to hide this once the ritual completed, so it doesn't pick people who would be capable of doing it. Like the infernal, little kids or something. It always picks people who are riding alone, because extra money being too careful to walk around and mess it up. If you can't anyway, you just have to take the elevator alone and take the stairs instead. It's never considered just filling the elevators to the corner. He said no, but alas, for that. There's multiple stairs, especially for myself, using the elevator, I think no choice or something. Essentially,
lobby, like I'm standing from long right with me. It's nice to be there. It's amazing. And I knew it over it for something else long. So my choice was to plug my bags up 5 flights of stairs. I was the elevator. I think you can guess. You can catch me I sit my back to the floor and take out my phone, taking a photo of the rules and turning the flashlight and video camera on just in case. As soon as the elevator started rising, my gaze stayed locked on the needle as it slowly arced with the path upwards. My eyes went wide and my heart nearly stopped as I watched it come to an immediate stop. Right between floors 3 and 4. The elevator came to an abrupt stop as well. Lights flickering before settling on a dim amber glow as the doors slowly creaked open, revealing the floor. Slow light came from the elevator and a moonlight streaming through the dingy window.
Well, in order to win this game, I'm going to need to do a third double-digit comeback.
Chipping, and when the elevator
Come on, kick it off.
the stagnant air rushed in, like that was the first change in pressure. Was empty, no any sound of plumbing or ventilation, just the sound of creaking and settling winds. All the doors on the left side were shut tight, and I heard no sign of life or activity. And then very calm. I stood forward. It's locked. The thermostat. The lights were blue. Again, without the strength I had to resist pushing the elevator button, but I suspected it wouldn't just be a waste of time. Actively ringing the dinner bell for whoever was behind this. My phone was not moving until my wallet. The screens flickered on static, stored text. I ran over to the screen. At first, softly shoved it in my pocket, clenching my trembling fists as I desperately tried to summon will.
Man, fuck.
I knew that every second that passed was a second wasted. So I forced one foot under the carpet, and then the other. Despite how warm it looked, it was oddly soft and sound-absorbing.
God damn it.
My feet ever so slightly. Once I was out,
Catch the fucking ball.
Get it over with. So I marched forward as quickly as I dared, trying desperately not to make any noise that might alert anyone that was listening. The first one my brother was off the company. Cables were falling with the stern from the cables. Obscuring their relief beyond. I could make out the silhouettes of tall and strangely gothic looking building. If a few dull embers and inside the buildings were one outdoor lantern. Otherwise everything looked fairly dim and lifeless. It was windy outside, windy enough to rattle. So very concerned in my shadow. I didn't understand why at first, as it took a moment for my conscious mind to register in the dark, aimless form slowly making its way along. I perceived it to be some vaguely like creature, limbless like clinging to the outside of the building with its flat, sticky underside. It convulsed and undulated and shuddered as it aimlessly propelled itself along its repugnant course. I don't know if anyone was there or if it cared, but I instantly averted my gaze and down along the hall.
Come on, defense. Now's the time for like a big play.
Shuttered and placed outside a seat with the windows, and they reflected nothing on the outside. Through my vision, I spied reflections of things that either weren't actually there or perhaps simply not visible to my unaided eyes. Either way, I decided to adhere to the rules in this instance. I chose my gaze upwards instead to an especially hideous though.
He's going for it on 4th and 17. That's crazy. He could kick a field goal and go up 3 possession. All right, good. Let's get the stop, guys.
Like they were spreading out from the kind as far as they could. It's definitely around obstacles. It's like living in substance.
They're offensively came to a stop right right. I thought myself before I came in. I wish to turn around. But it is such a shame.
Intercepted. Actually,
Like, amazing.
slightly hurts our field position, I think. But who cares? We got the stop regardless.
Was, but it felt far more sure it was the trend that time fall. That Thor was inside of our side as much as it was outside of space. It was underway in the sense that time was running out, just kept counting in space. When I came to a stop at the end of the hall, I could still hear footsteps shuffling towards me. Barely audible whispers and murmurs simmered behind almost every door I had passed. And once a crackling scream in the distance broke out without warning and ended just as abruptly as if somebody had forced me to silence instead. It's too long. That focused my attention on the mountain and so, apologies, everyone. Congratulations for this. It's been a pleasant experience, but already different. It's not. It's a film of this great experience. This is that's the useless stand to profit. Please note that this is an explanation or justification for any increase in sleep and logical and these experiences practices of your house. We apologize for our unviable night inconvenience. Please also remind your superintendent that his customary tribute of a bushel of kosher salt is to be delivered in
Fuck!
Additional failures to comply with these requirements may result in the garbage chute no longer being held forward. Should that will not be held liable for residents being rent the chute by unsealed signing your true name on this notice acknowledges you understand your responsibilities in relaying in this context to its intended recipient. We hope, without a empirical basis, that you have a safer journey. The certificate is desperate to get out of there. I grabbed the pen sitting on top of the bulletin board and signed and dated the form with a rapid descriptive scroll. Sending it on the board, I carefully set the reference up to the thermostat.
I would have just took the fucking stairs, bro. Instead of that elevator. Holy crap.
I waited. I never would have been planning to go back to the room. I could still sense its presence. It's silently stood there staring at the back of the that's sure of closeness. I was too close. For that's wrong. I finally heard it shuffle off, followed by the soft creaking of door hinges and a gentle thud as it snapped shut. With a sharp exhale, I drove around as quickly as I dared to make sure the coast was clear. It was hard to confirm for sure, since the whole was off. The whole elevator made everything else on its circular location into the shadow. And I wasn't
Feedback.
bolted straight to the elevator.
What's up, man? In order for us to win this game, we're going to have another big comeback. We've had a 12-point and a 10-point comeback today. We're going to have a third double-digit comeback. And our largest comeback today. And he's getting ready to score again.
At the count of 3, I started to slide short. I stayed perfectly still until very close to me. I was supposed to.
Too bad that timer didn't run out, or that wasn't a fumble.
The shadow rounds standing in his face and twisting blur that was impossible to focus on. I backed up against the wall for all but that would do me, but otherwise with wretched fear.
Down 17.
I didn't protect him. He just stared at me right on it, so I waited for him to make his move. For his part, he made no hostile gesture. Silence. I attempt to
elevator door, he held up a thick and hefty manila envelope. Suddenly, he tilted his head towards me and lingered on it for a moment before looking towards me. Seriously, Jason, refuge without the border. I'm afraid I must trust you. Delivering this to your superintendent. He said it's not true. Good. Slow down. Static.
Oh, fuck's sake.
He stood there in perfect silence and staring at me as if he was expecting me to react. When I slowly started to reach out to the envelope, he unceremoniously tossed it into the elevator floor where it landed with a horrific thud. The special inspiration to track the truth of the flight, he said, stepping back slightly and allowed the elevator doors to close. Please to make the flying elevator again involved. Should we have need for services again? He used those now. He told her everything in the settings. Ascended as soon as it
Come on, man. We gotta get some shit together, dude.
Without needing to explain what it was. He knew immediately. I don't really even interested in what it was because I like to imagine it was worth it.
Fucking trash ass. Fucking all. Receivers can't separate.
It would have been enough to get me to swerve the elevator for good.
Trash ass. Fucking trash.
Strange man's memory words. Stairs.
Now, 0% financing, we don't have meters, and it's 2026, 750
Might be good. You go first.
He's listening to a sporting teacher.
Really? He catches that?
It's different times. And he was really hyped up Garrett Wilson. And I'm like, the Jets have been losers for 50 years. Aside from, like, that one season, or St. Jets. Geno Smith looked pretty good the other day. Just so much. Garrett Wilson, you could probably get really good value on him in your fantasy draft, and he might be a top 7 wide receiver this year.
Did you do 40 seconds on register there? Was that right?
It was high. It was 40. It was high. I think the Jets be terrible. I think they want to be terrible to get a top 5 quarterback next year. But, you know, Miami doesn't.
Wow. Alright.
And, you know, you have Ford Buffalo and New England are coming. Could the Jets win 7 big games this year? Probably. Probably. Maybe. Right? Yeah. Yes, it's in the construct of this segment. Yes, I.
Down 25. Woo. Yeah.
DJ. I thought about this until the second that you mentioned it. What are you doing? We think it's going to be bad. It's going to be bad. Just to reduce targets and go around. Yes, sure. Okay, well, based upon the fact that Cleveland weren't to announce the show, Watson as the quarterback, even though statistically Shador's had better preseason numbers, tells me something. Tells me that. I don't know what it is. So, and it tells me that my nephew Archibald Jefferson, man, he really wanted to do something that started at once, and that's going to help them. And sure, the fact that my nephew goes there and therefore I go in the future, that's a story for another day. Well, we won't have to get to it now. But yeah, I think the Browns think they're going to be bad, but they are good. And I hate to counter you on this. I think the Browns are going to be better than we think. Oh, it's only because of schedule. Can I just read you the schedule? Sure. Please. They have a lot of talent, too. Defensively, they're going to be. I really like a lot of their skill position guys. They hit on both rookie receivers. They just. No, I don't want to be honest. They just fun. Yes, correct.
okay, at Jacksonville. That could be a win. Oh, I didn't say what. They could, but guess what? They have a great defense. Okay? It's not like they are, we call it anti-elite on both sides. And pretty good offensive line. Okay, Jack, Tampa Bay. They're in Tampa Bay. Maybe. There's two maybe, right?
Touchdown.
Tampa's got and just Carolina. We're looking at possibly 1-2 or 2-1 here. Okay. Pittsburgh. It's right there. Possibly 2-3 or 3-2 at this point. They're going to lose to Baltimore. The Titans. Titans on this list too. Pittsburgh again. New Orleans. I'm just saying.
All right. Let's start this comeback.
6 or 7 games. They're playing the Giants. Who knows? They're playing Las Vegas. Maybe. I'm just saying the Browns may not be as terrible as
The Rich Edison shows.
I'm going to do the Saints. Going to add your baby to that. I think Tyler really showed the last third of the season last year that he actually could be something. He played in college for 13 years. Yes. Grown man strength. It's good. 37 year olds playing in Kansas South with the yard could be that team that went 7. Could be.
Intercepted.
So, I'm going to Arizona. I know.
Because you're only human yourselves.
They say like 15 years ago. And having it right off the bat, that was trying to have it.
Discussing the quarterback and what is really going on with his dog. Like many things about Hamley, it's difficult to determine what is true and not true, what is a material fact and what is an embellishment. While the event may have happened, Hamley's embellishment has distorted the truth, and today I will try and analyze what is true and what is not true. So let's start with Huck's age. Hamley has claimed that Huck is 5 years old most recently, but previously claimed that Huck was 7 years old in the quartering vlog video. So how old is Huck? Huck is 6 years old. Now you say, Luther, how do you know that Huck is 6 years old? Well, it's because the quartering posted a video in October of 2020 when he adopted Huck. Super cute. So
He dropped it. It was whoa. God damn.
get that thing. Shit. Filming you.
Hey, you. Are you doing good? Are you going pee outside like a big boy? Sort of.
I got the badge.
So the dog in that
All right.
appears to be maybe 2, maybe 3 months old at most. So definitely Huck was born in late summer of 2020. So he is 6 years old. I don't know why Jeremy can't get these basic facts about the dog's age correct when all he has to do is watch his old videos on his channel. But but now that that's out of the way, let's get into Jeremy and his claims regarding phenobarbital, the dog's phenobarbital levels, and what does that mean for the animal efforts.
After that, they finally got his age to stop after 12 hours.
We're gonna need a miracle.
And
And
Mostly this guy's internet to cut out.
after some very expensive blood tests, they said that his fetal levels, the levels of the drug that were in the system, were 8. Now, 8, but not this one was 8, it was 8, it was supposed to be. The neurologist told me it was as if he had not gotten his fetal Ortol in a week. He eats it twice a day, so that's 14 missed pills. It's almost an entire month.
Wow.
Well, was he puking it out? Is he spitting it out? No. He wasn't. And I know that because his dog is in my pocket 24 hours a day. I know when he pukes. Secondly, the levels of the other 2 medicines that he gets in his pill were fine. He gets an allergy pill. He gets the Keppra, which also helps prevent seizures. So I know if he was puking it up, he would have been screeching like crazy because he needs allergy pills. Temperature puts him a lot of work. He's kind of like a bubble boy. So Haley made a number of claims in that particular.
You're getting our ass beat.
Talking about taking medicine twice a day. He talked about the current levels, and he talked about
Wow, yeah, all right.
how long has he been on this medication. So let's go through those claims of not using AI, but real articles written by doctors of veterinary medicine. So if we go to today's veterinaryscientist.com, and it talks about anti-seizure medicine, and phenobarbital is one of the ones that it talks about. It's, well understood.
All right, I think, let's see what we got going on here. We got 3 games in. 1-2, lost 1. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We still have 8 U teams left. We'll set UMass as the favorite. That's where we leave off. That's going to be it for this stream, though. But, yeah, we'll check out the Modern Warfare 4 beta this weekend. Big plans there. Probably play with Eli, Michael, Scooter. Maybe my friend Derek will get on. Who knows? I'm going to go watch this movie, Buddy. It's called Buddy. It's like a horror movie.
Is it installable?
I think it is installable. And I'm going to double check that when I end the stream and probably install it. But I'm going to watch this horror movie called Buddy on Friday and then go to the local high school football game. So probably no stream tomorrow at the normal time. But be on the lookout for maybe, who knows, some sort of overnight stream maybe. The weekends are wild.
It's installable.
Awesome. Yeah, I'll go install that when I get off here. But, yeah, Coyote versus Acme's coming out. If you're interested in that, I don't think I'm going to really cover that. And there's a big AEW event this weekend. This weekend's Mark's birthday. There's a lot going on. College football regular season kicks off this weekend. So high school football's kicking off. College football's kicking off. There's a lot going on. We got the last weekend of NFL preseason. So stuff is starting to happen now as we go into a very busy fall this year. It's going to be incredible. Anyway, I'll see you later, Eli. I'll see you guys later.